Hello, this is Night of Lust, and today I'm going to actually do a rant about the video called My Little Brony Grown Men Are Embracing the Brony Lifestyle. And I'm a brony, and I didn't even know there was a brony lifestyle. But I don't always get those things, so it wouldn't be too much of a surprise. But I don't think there is a brony lifestyle. Going to some conventions, meeting some people, I wouldn't call that a lifestyle, but whatever. Talking about which, there's a convention here in my hometown in just a few days, like 3 or 4, and I'm going to go. Yeah, and it's not a brony convention, just in case you were wondering. It's just standard convention, manga, anime, comics, comic books, merchandising, all that stuff. And I'm going to put on my pony shirt. I'm gonna take my pony figurines, and I'm gonna walk up that convention and I'm gonna tell people about the show because I find it entertaining. I find it well made. I'm gonna. I don't expect you, pajamas media or yeah, whatever it's called, to actually check out one show because you are too manly for that. I already saw from the video you're just all suited up and stuff. You're just too manly for doing that kind of stuff. Just checking shows for 4-year-old girls and so. But the show, it's well made. I actually was impressed at the animation. It's smooth, it's well done. It's just simple lines, but it gives so much movement to the scenes, and the characters are well developed. They are not just flat characters. They actually develop as the series goes on. First season, second season, it actually develops. The voice acting is just marvelous. It's like one of the best points for me in the series, besides the story, which are very entertaining and fun to watch. But the voice acting is just marvelous, brilliant. It's one of the best points of the series. Each character has like the voice that perfectly suits it. So the Spanish dub, which is coming along in Spain, since you could have assumed, is just plain awful. Putting that aside, now to Scott, you say it's over. What is over? So the world or the system or whatever is over just because some grown man, well, some, quite a lot, because it's not just a little group right now, I think it's quite a few, are watching a show that was, in the beginning, maybe thought for 4-year-old girls. So what? You know, there's so much things going on in each American house where each family or each person lives his or her life and doesn't tell his neighbors about anything. And I don't want to go too much off the point because I could be talking for hours, but in the American society, you have at least two faces. And you should know better than I do because you live there. And I've just been there sometimes. I've spent there some holidays. But I've gotten to know Americans to some extent, and they have two faces. They have the face they show on the streets when they're talking to their neighbors, to their co-workers, to their family, and they have the face they have inside their homes, as do we all do. But I think in America it's just a little more accentuated. It's just a step ahead. I mean, everyone has his life inside his home and then outside, and I'm not trying to say it's just an American thing, but it is quite American to separate it like two different universes. It's not even two different worlds in one galaxy. No, it's just two different universes in billion light years away galaxies. So people who are openly saying they watch the series, I actually think it's not bad. We are, in America, you are starting to break that barrier from things you do at home and you are too afraid to maybe say in public because people won't accept it. I mean, I know American society is Christian, and it's openly Christian, and Spanish society also, that's what they say at least. But I dare you to say you are an atheist in America. I dare you, because I know you will have that much of social ostracism directed towards you that it's not worth it. You will go along as everyone, Sundays, go to church, spend 1 hour there. It's not gonna kill you anyway. So, made that point that there's like two different worlds, and by not by accepting, by showing to others that what you like, you're not afraid to show it. I think it's a step forward into social development. It's not the end. More on the contrary, I would say it's the beginning. It's the beginning of a new social era in the United States, and we would need that. We need it all over the world, because this economic crisis is not only caused by economic stuff or on an economic basis. It's also a crisis of our beliefs. It's a crisis of our morals, of our ethics. And we have to start to make a change. We have to make a change and stop being so hypocritical. So, enough for that, because I could be talking for hours, as I said. I don't know if I've actually said it, because it's not the first time I shoot this, but let me get this straight. You're judging something you haven't even tried. I mean, you're saying the show shouldn't be watched by adults, yet you haven't even tried or made an effort to actually give it a try, see what's about. So you're just talking on the base of nothing. And by talking on the base of nothing, you have no credibility whatsoever. Because I could be talking about many things I don't know shit about. And they wouldn't have any value because I don't know nothing about it. And yet, you expect the viewers to give you some credibility, yet you know nothing about the series. You haven't checked it out, you haven't seen who's behind it, you haven't seen I hope you can see how much work is put into that show, because it's a huge deal of work. And I have many points in my clipboard, but I think I'm gonna skip them, and I'm going to go right straight to the point. So basically, the point of the video is saying grown-up men or adults, or however you want to address it, it's wrong for us to watch a series that was first conceived for 4-year-old girls. First of all, Lauren Faust, the one who directed this until now 2 seasons, I do hope there will be more, of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, is okay with that. And she made a statement on her DeviantArt page. And there was some hater who actually said something on your lines that grown men should be or either ashamed or it isn't right or whatever. And she actually, psychologically speaking, like, she slapped the shit out of him. It was like, bam. Virtual knockout. So, because this issue has been addressed many times before about adulthood and growing up, and there's this beautiful C.S. Lewis quote I would like to read aloud, because when I read it 5 minutes ago, I thought maybe I would be shooting myself in the foot, but afterwards, no, I said, no, it's actually quite fitting, and I've seen it before, and I quote, "Critics who treat adult as a term of approval instead of as a merely descriptive term cannot be adults themselves. To be concerned about being grown up, to admire the grown up because it is grown up, to blush at the suspicion of being childish, these things are the marks of childhood and adolescence. And in childhood and adolescence they are, in moderation, healthy symptoms. Young things ought to want to grow, but to carry on into middle life or even into early manhood, this concern about being adult is a mark of really arrested development. When I was 10, I read fairy tales in secret and wouldn't have been ashamed if I had been found out doing so. Now that I am 50, I read them openly. When I became a man, I put away childish things, including the fear of childishness and the desire to be very grown up. So what I see in this is, what is wrong if I, who is a 20-year-old man or whatever, what is wrong if I watch a series who was intended for 4-year-old girls? If I enjoy it, what is the problem? I'm not afraid of people like you who don't even try. I'm not asking you to understand me, I never do. Because I myself won't even bother to start trying to think as you do, because it would be pointless, it's too much of an effort, and I just don't feel like it. But still, what is wrong if I like ponies, and I like the series, and you know what? After each episode, I get this stupid smile on my face. It's the stupidest smile you can think of. It's like this smile of satisfaction, of saying, oh man, I like this. Of saying, I've enjoyed this. This 22 minutes have been totally worth it, because I have done something I like. And if Little Applejack here is one of my favorites, that is not of your concern. And if I have spent time just looking for these figurines here in Spain, because it is quite hard to find it, Spain is like the shithole of Europe, and things come out like years later sometimes. In this case just one, but it's enough. And if I have spent time, that is none of your concern. Also said that, I have to say I'm a figurine collector myself. So you could say I have an excuse. I like to collect figurines. This was the first one I bought, and I'm actually quite proud of it. And I have them all lined up in a shelf. And the shelf is for everyone to see at the entrance of my room. And I also have this comic book collection, and I'm quite proud of it. And I'm not going to just let go of what I like because others think that it's wrong, bad, childish, immature, or anything. Because I am living my life, and what others think about it, like you making fun of it, or haters just saying, oh, you're a faggot, you watch ponies, which by the way is very insulting for homosexuals, since it's used in a bad fashion as of an insult. If I'm going to live the life I want to live, and I like this, and I like watching the series, and also, you know what? Check it out. Go watch the first 4 episodes. No, not even the first 4 episodes. The first 3 of them. 1 hour of your busy life. I know it's very much. It's 1 whole hour. It's 60 minutes of 24 hours a day. But I ask you to do it, because you can't knock it till you try it. And I have to say of us, I was quite drawn back by the idea of watching ponies. But you know what? It's been more than a year already. And I, who am 20, have rediscovered what it is to cry out of emotion, out of seeing something you find so touching, so beautiful, that you just cry. Not from the series, but not directly from the series, but from fanfics, fan art, fan music. This community is so big and so talented. It's like nothing you've seen before, probably, in my honest opinion. So yeah, I have to talk too much. I just talked too much, I know it. And probably not many people are gonna watch it, but that's it. Watch it. Give it a try. And if you don't like it, it's fine. I'm not going to try and say, come on, watch it if you don't watch it. No. I'm not going to do like you and say, it's bad, you shouldn't watch it. Because I know on that, maybe I'm too full of myself, but I know on that level, I'm so much superior to you. Because I'm not trying to make other people change just because they like something I dislike. So yeah, this should be it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you next time.